Now, I don't know why anybody on God's green earth would subjugate themselves to all this craft beer drinking and YouTubing and all that stuff. I find myself to be a simpler man, enjoy the pleasures of a ice-cold sarsaparilla after a long day on the range. You should at least try this one. It might surprise you. Now, I don't think I need to try anything, son. What is this? Beer Tree, You're Not You When You're Thirsty? Snickers Porter, 5.9% ABV from Beer Tree Brew, Johnson City, New York. We better get into this one. What's good, everybody? Josh here, and I love those old Snicker commercials. And I decided to try one of my own out just to see how it went. So filming now, editing later. I hope it all worked out okay. We'll see though. But I got this from Drastin the Dungeon Master. It is beer Snickers. Snickers in beer form. This is Snickers Porter from Beer Tree out of Johnson City, New York, like my friend to the left said at the beginning of the video. Snickers on the can. So that says it all right there. You have to try it. You're not you when you're thirsty. I get hangry, I get thangry when I'm thirsty, I suppose. But let's crack this open. Let's pour it, look at it, smell it, taste it, and see what it's got going on. And it's coming out like caramel. Like not the thickness of it, but the color of it. And there is a lot, and I mean a lot of head on this one. I poured it relatively aggressively. I had the tilt, but hey, just look at this, huh? Okay, there's definitely some beer fiber going on in here. Maybe some of those peanuts. Ooh, okay. Definitely getting like nutty vibes out of this. Ooh, I don't know if it's nougat. I wish it would say what they put in here because a lot of that nuttiness is coming through. There's a little bit of chocolatiness. Little bit of roastiness to this. I'm hoping for something dry, chocolatey, peanutty, maybe a little bit of caramel or nougat kind of vibes to it, but I just want a really good beer and I want it to kind of have the Snickers effect to it. I just don't want it to be blown out Snickers. I want it to be a beer still. So without further ado, there's a lot of beer fiber in this one. I don't know if I'll be able to really get you the full effect of it, but lots of beer fiber in this one. So without further ado, let's try this beer. As always on Half-Ass Beer Review, we do little drink, big drink. Cheers, everybody. Okay. It's got a great mouthfeel to it. It's very light. It's very smooth. It's got some nuttiness to it. There is a nice dryness to this as well. It's chocolatey. It's portery, if that's even a word. Dang, man. I can get down on this. This is great. Like roasty nuts is a pretty big vibe I'm getting out of this one, but that's part of the Snickers vibe, are those roasty peanuts. There's a whole commercial besides the you're not you when you're hungry vibe, but holy crap. Still a lot of fiber coming out of this thing. It's got to be all the nuts. Sorry, I don't work well by myself with all these nutty puns. Wow. Crushable. I could take, like, this thing's going to be gone before the episode's over. Possibly. I don't have much left of it to drink, but this thing's killer. Still lots of beer fiber floating around in here from the nuts. Would I ever get this beer again? In a heartbeat. This is I wish they had a king size version of this. So this is my first run-in with Beer Tree Brew. Very nice Beer Tree Brew. I gotta say that. When you talk about putting Snickers in beer form and then you successfully put Snickers in beer form and it's a great beer and it's giving you the Snickers vibe, I'm really into that. It's so good I do this with my arms. So you won me over there, Beer Tree Brew, which is pretty hard to say, I might add. Now, I don't normally rate beers on this channel. Man. But if I did, Oh boy. Out of 5, this one's getting like a solid 4. I love this beer. It's a great beer, and I can see myself drinking it again. Again, I've been doing this a lot lately when I'm drinking beer. Like after I rate it, I'm like, well, is it good enough to want another one right away? And this is actually one of those where it's good enough to have another one right after it. And that might be the most important thing about a beer when you get it, because if you want to get a 4-pack of it, right, singles is fine. But if you want to get a 4-pack of something, you want it to be a beer that as soon as you're done with one, you're going to want to have another one. And that's exactly what this is. And I've been getting quite a few of those. And I don't know if it's always been that way. And now that I'm just kind of thinking about things like that, that I'm just putting this together. But this beer is great. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. It's giving me the burps. It's giving me FOMO after I set the glass down. So that's pretty awesome. But that is going to do it for this episode of Half-Ass Beer Review. Thank you all for stopping by and checking out another delicious beer with me. Beer Tree Brew. Beer Tree. You're not you when you're thirsty. A Snickers. Oh my gosh. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. Give this video a thumbs up. Check out my friends Banter and Babble for the best pop culture wrap-up. Drassen the Dungeon Master for the best Dungeons and Dragons around, and my other good friends, Truth Beer Podsequences, for the best Cincinnati beer podcast wrap-up every week. And always remember to please keep your fridges full and have a great night.